Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Today is a very special episode for me. On February 19th of 2007, I posted up my first text review of Youngblood #1. I'm going to go back to Youngblood in a future review, but in honor of this occasion, I decided to take a look at another Rob Liefeld book. Sort of. Like Dooms 4, Rob himself didn't actually draw the comic. That honor goes to Jeff Matsuda. What's shocking about this is that Jeff Matsuda actually is an okay artist, if a little bit stylized, who is also a character designer for cartoons like The Batman and Jackie Chan Adventures. How the heck did he go from the Liefeldian proportions we're about to see to being halfway decent? I couldn't begin to tell you. But fortunately, a lot of artists managed to break free of that style when they realized just how awful it looked. So let's dig into Newmen #1 and get this over with. Oh goody, it's been a while since we had a generic group posing in front of the camera shot, but since this is an early image comic, it has to be EXTREME! Yes, extreme close-ups. Obviously, this makes the comic cooler, right? Right? EXTREME! Anyway, our new men here are actually 4 guys and 1 woman. I could point out the stupidity of that, but I think it speaks for itself. And what the hell is going on with this guy's head? Is it on fire? Is it just a really bad dye job? Is his brain evaporating because he realizes what comic he's in? Tell me what I'm looking at here! We open to an aerial shot of a neighborhood. Located in a lazy residential area of Seattle, Washington, there is little to set Grant Avenue apart from any of the countless streets in the city's many neighborhoods. Ah, dull, monotonous suburbia, the heart of America! For the most part, it is an ordinary street, lined with ordinary homes, populated by ordinary people, where people use ordinary heroin to shoot up ordinarily. This, however, is not an ordinary house. It has no indoor plumbing. We now meet the new men themselves playing basketball, but this is extreme basketball. How do we know? Why, it says right there on Kodiak's shorts, EXTREME! Speaking of, Kodiak here is quite a shaggy fellow, named no doubt for a Kodiak bear. Of course! He looks exactly like a Kodiak bear! So anyway, besides for the furry Kodiak, we also have Bird, spelled with a Y instead of an I. Because poor literacy is cool. Dash, the woman of the group, suffers from what I refer to as Youngblood's disease. Youngblood's disease is a horrible illness that I first spotted in Youngblood #1, where eyes are either non-existent or just really poorly drawn in. Youngblood's disease afflicted millions during the dark age of comics, and even today, cases have been known to pop up. Don't let this happen to you, kids! Anyway, we also have Exit, who looks like an elderly man who still lifts weights. Rounding out the team is Rain, who has a piece of chewed-up gum on his forehead, and I fear that Rain may have some kind of disorder, since his eyes seem to be looking off in 2 completely opposite directions. I guess if I was the only one who believed in bubblegum Hinduism, I'd be a little off in the head too. Exit's team gets the ball and he opens up a portal that sends the ball over to Dash. And look at this! Dash is a speedster, so she's moving really fast, with her eyes closed according to the panel, right into the basketball! And of course we get this sound effect right afterwards of SLAM! So, did Dash just get smacked in the face with the ball? Kodiak gets the ball again and charges through. Bird tries to get him to pass, but Kodiak isn't having any of it. Screw that! First I want to make Jerk Boy here disappear up his own bunthole! Frankly, I think this comic has got its head up its own bunthole, but I digress. As it turns out, Rain's pink bubblegum is actually a horn. A horn that shoots pink laser bubbles. Yeah. That's enough of that, Kodiak. Nobody likes bullies. The power of Rain scrubbing bubbles is too much for Kodiak, sending him flying. Bird grabs the ball and Rain and Exit say they'll give him a free shot. Bird refuses, saying that Rain will just shoot him like he did Kodiak. Rain promises he won't do so, so Bird of course dives towards the basket. And right away Rain calls him a sucker and shoots him with his bubbles. Our heroes, ladies and gentlemen, cheaters, bullies, and liars. So Exit grabs the ball and takes the shot, winning the game. You know, Godzilla wouldn't have put up with this kind of crap during his game. Kodiak returns, apparently digging himself out of the ground, and is royally peeved at the others. From inside the house, the leader of the team, who is apparently the brawny paper towel guy, watches the team suddenly fighting each other. Even with something as trivial as a game of basketball, they can barely find the discipline to function as a unit. I mean, look at them out there, tickling each other with feathers. How undisciplined is that, am I right? The re-emergence of Quantum and the Brotherhood of Man were only the beginning. Wait, what's this loser's problem with British pop bands?
For united we stand, divided we fall. And if our back should ever be against the wall, we'll be together,
The brawny man calls him into the house, and letting his hair and beard mysteriously change from orange to brown between panels, for a meeting. For some time now, since you arrived here actually, I've been watching all of you. And some of you should be very ashamed of yourselves. I've been getting a feel for how the lot of you are going to work as a team, and so far anyway, I've been less than pleased with the results. You all get F triple minus. Exit, I'd appreciate it if you would divert your attention from that infernal television long enough to hear what I have to say. Well, maybe you shouldn't have the thing turned on when you're giving your lectures. And what is up with Exit's face? It's getting stretched back as he smiles, and there are random little dashes all over it. It's also kind of jagged in places. And of course, he's suffering from Youngblood's disease. Anyway, the news reporter on the TV says that a volcano has mysteriously appeared at the University of Washington's campus. Our leader, identified by Exit as Redbeard, so I guess when the colorist makes mistakes, his codename is Mood Hair, says that it seems odd that supervillains from his past seem to keep popping up. Oh, actually Redbeard's name is Proctor. Then why did Exit just call him Redbeard? Ah, screw it, I really shouldn't be criticizing the people who can't even spell bird correctly. So Proctor sends them out to the university. At said university, we have a silhouetted supervillain looking over papers. Where is it? Where is it, damn you? Where is my midterm exam, damn it? I need to know how I did! Since he fails to find the specific document, here's a thought, look around in other places besides the paper tray and the printer, otherwise of course you're gonna find all those blank sheets of paper. He decides to make his exit. Exit from where? Who the heck knows? The artist decided that backgrounds are for dorks, so he didn't draw any. Some pieces of dirt falling to the ground make the villain realize someone has arrived. And of course it's the Newmen in a 2-page spread. Give me a break! Here we are, in all our bad, censored for no reason glory, and this fruitcake is asking, who dares? Get real! Oh, please tell me that portal closes and slices him in half. Quiet, Exit. This is serious. The pink clouds coming from my forehead show how serious this is. You're not going anywhere until you explain where you get off forming a miniature mountain range right in the middle of this campus. You're only allowed to do that in the student center. Either you come up with some answers pretty darn quick, or you go a couple of rounds with the Newmen. You like what I did right there with me saying the name of our team, but all cool with our logo and stuff? Extreme, isn't it? Newmen? No, Newmen. You know, 2 words? But that's impossible. You're not... Not what? Not all men? Yeah, I pointed that out. Ah, now I see. You're the next generation, eh? How pathetically quaint. Yeah, I prefer Newmen Deep Space Nine myself. That being the case then, perhaps you know of that devil, Proctor, and how he and his meddling group scarred me, branded me forever a monster, of how the once proud elemental was broken, made less than a man in the name of their perverted vision of justice. Oh, boo-hoo, we've all got problems. Exit tries to attack, but Elemental makes his hand into a brick wall and knocks Exit out. By the way, is Exit just really short or something? Otherwise the foreshortening really isn't working with him. How very foolish of your teleporting young friend. Young? The guy's like 50! Elemental attacks by... I don't know what the heck he's doing. Is he squishing them together? I don't know. Bird is next up to attack, but he's about as successful as the others, getting knocked away by Exit's body. And to think, you actually call yourself Newman. No! He calls himself a new man! There is a space in between! New man, not Newman! This is a Newman! Or this! This is a new man! Mind you, not an improved one, but a new one!